So my name is Hayleigh, and I'm a CSU undergraduate in the history department, and I'm interning this summer with the CSU Extension Office and working with the Meeker Mustang Makeover. Today I'm interviewing also Hayleigh, who's a trainer in the 2020 Meeker Mustang Makeover. So I'm gonna just start off with some background questions. So what is your profession and what is your experience with horses?
So I just graduated from the University of Wyoming, actually. Um, Thank you. And for the past 5 or 6 years, I've worked at a dude ranch up in Clark and done everything from trail rides to working with their horses, packing, everything like that. But my experience with horses, my whole life, we've had horses at my house. My mom and dad are both, they love the horse lifestyle and everything that comes with it. So I've ridden them and worked with them my whole life.
Awesome. That's awesome. So kind of going off of that, what other type of work have you done with horses in the past, and have you ever competed in any horse competitions before?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I used to event. That's what my mom, that was where her passion was. And I did that till I was probably 12. But when I was 10, I started doing like local barrel races and stuff like that, and then kind of stuck with rodeo. I did both for a couple of years, and then I just liked the speed and everything that came along with rodeo, so I stuck with that. And I haven't done that as much recently, just because I have some younger horses, but I do. Here in Steamboat Springs, we have the Routt County Gymkhana, and my family and I run that and put that on. So
kind of going off of that with your experience, describe an experience you've had with horses where you've been particularly successful or proud of the work you've accomplished.
So when I was a freshman in college, I was looking to get a younger horse just because I wanted something that I could work with. It would like give me a break from school. And I was talking to my mom about it. A friend of hers west of Steamboat had their family breeds horses, and so she called him up and asked if he had any. And so we went out and looked at them, and I actually bought 4, but the goal was to just work with them and then eventually sell some, put some money in my pocket, but learn a lot. And we ended up keeping all of them. My mom fell in love with one, my dad fell in love with one, I kept one, and then one we actually just recently gave to a friend of ours just because she was sick when she was a baby, so she wasn't going to be a great performance horse, and I didn't feel like making money off of her was the right thing to do. And so he's just going to use her for the fall when he goes on trail rides and stuff like that. But the one that I kept for myself, when I got him, I just really, I was just drawn to this one particular horse, and I spent a lot of time with her. And she was the first horse and the only horse actually that I've started, well, since then I've started more, but she was the first one that I started and did everything on my own. And I like to think that she's a pretty good horse now. She's only 4 years old still, but I can go put kids on her or somebody who has no experience, and my mom will teach lessons on her. And so I've been really happy with the way that things turned out with her, and I learned a lot about it on the way. But she's been definitely a motivation or a point of motivation for me to continue doing the stuff I do.
So from outside of working with horses, how have they impacted your life, and what have you learned from
them? So when I went to college, I was really focused. I was, gonna go get a job, or originally my degree was in engineering, and I did 2 days as an engineer, and the long-term goal was to make some money as an engineer and buy a ranch and just do that. Mm-hmm. And I was just miserable in those classes, and not because of difficulty or anything like that. I just didn't have any passion for it, and went over and started talking to the dean of the animal science school. And he was like, you know what, I think you should just try it. Worst case, you can always switch back. And so I switched over to an animal science degree, and a lot of that was because of the background I have here with horses. And I was excited to go to school. I was excited about my classes. I really liked talking to my teachers and everything I was learning. And a lot of it was funny. I'd call my mom and I'd be like, you know how when we were younger, you'd have us do that. Now I understand why we do that. And so they've definitely shaped my life in pretty much every way. And the things I've learned from them is the lessons are they're innumerable. I when I was younger, I definitely, every time I fell off, I would just be like, nope, I'm done, and someone would be like, no, you have to get back on your horse. And having a healthy respect has definitely been something I've gained. And then in addition to that, I joke with people that some of the horses are, when they prayed for patience, this is the horse that they got to teach them patience. And admittedly, I've definitely had some horses that I'm just like, come on, we can do this. And then it's just like persevering through it has been really challenging at some points, but it's really helped me to apply that to all parts of my life.
Awesome. That's so awesome, especially how they shaped your college career and everything.
Yeah.
So kind of looking ahead, what are your future goals with horses?
I love training young horses. It's definitely probably my favorite thing to do with anything. So I really look forward. I hope that's a big part of where I go. I've worked with mostly our family's horses, and then some people I've helped, get theirs going and stuff like that, it's really, I love it because, it's like you have this blank slate and they don't know anything or very little. So then if they have problems, it's your fault, which is the downside, but you get to teach them everything that they know. So I definitely want to continue down that road. I also have a 3-year-old stallion that I would really like to breed and get going down that road, mostly as a source for young horses. But he's been another one that has taught me a lot. And I was pretty high on my horse when I got him, and I was like, yeah, I can go train this horse. And then since then I'm like, okay, stallions are not the same. And so he's definitely taught me a lot of stuff, but he's just like my little baby at this point. But so definitely just breeding and training and everything like that.
Awesome. So now that we've talked a little about some of your background with horses, we'll move into some questions about the Meeker Mustang Makeover. To kind of go into a little bit about the training, what has been your favorite part of training a Mustang so far?
Watching her figure things out, seeing the change that she goes, oh, you're not a predator, you're not going to hurt me, you're here to help, and watching her lose that edge has been, and it comes out still, but watching her make those big steps forward has been definitely the best part.
Awesome. What do you hope to accomplish by participating in the Meeker Mustang Makeover?
So for the sake of Yampa, I really want her to be the kind of horse that, whoever ends up with her, they can go get on her and do whatever they want. I really want her to be well-rounded, definitely one that is safe on the ground, and that, you can have, my understanding is last year there was a family that kids were crawling underneath the horse and in between its legs, and we'll see if we get to that point, which hopefully she will, but I don't really have little kids that I can just say, hey, run under my horse. But I really want her just to be like a safe, solid horse. The long-term goal is, one that you can throw in the trailer and go out and ride wherever you want. If you need to throw a rope off of her, you can do that. She definitely won't get big enough, I don't think, to ever drag a steer, but if you have to go brand some calves or little things like that, I think I just want to make a horse that people can use.
So I just have one last question for you. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience?
Just to come out to the Mustang Makeover and follow along and see how these horses turn out, because it's definitely going to be an interesting experience.
Awesome. Well, thanks for talking with me, and good luck with the rest of your training. And I look forward to seeing you in September at the Meeker Mustang Makeover.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for doing this whole project.
Awesome. All right. So I'll stop the recording.